Today is our Wellness Wednesday where we are going to go over our in-school demonstration, and we're bringing it from the school to your house. So if you, good morning, if you are associated with any schools, hello, I have my technical assistant here, she's helping me. So you'll get to see what we do with our peaceful practices demonstration. This is something that we bring to places throughout New Jersey through the Child Wellness Institute, Child Win. So if you are associated with any schools, you can see what we actually do. So if your kids go to a school, if you're a teacher in a school or a principal in a school, this will give you an opportunity to see what's actually done inside the classroom. It is very simple, and the idea is when we bring peaceful practices into a school, we are showing it to the teacher and usually the guidance counselor and principal so they can see what the class is learning. We leave the teacher with some materials, and then we lead the class through a lesson, and they can actually see what it is, and it's really, really easy.
We obviously can't give stuff away.
Yeah.
Well, we are, but like.
So we're gonna get started. Hello to everyone. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Kim, Barbara, Joy, Jocelyn, Kim. Hello to everybody that's joining us, and we're gonna get started right now. And of course, this will be on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check us out over on YouTube and subscribe. We're going to get started with the brain lesson. So when we're doing a peaceful practices, it's really, really important for our kids to understand, good morning, Karen, to understand the brain, okay? And so the brain functions in this way, and we tell the kids, I want you to give me a fist, right? And our dog in the back is very excited about this demonstration. So we always say, give me a fist and hide your thumb. Right, give me a fist and hide your thumb. And then we tell our children, this is our brain stem, part of our brain. It's actually the bottom part, and it's the part that lets us know that we're breathing, and it makes our heart beat, and it makes our bellies sometimes digest food, and it really helps keep us alive, right? The second part of our brain is our, what I call the lizard brain, or it's our limbic region, and this is where our feelings are. So all of our feelings are located right here. Okay, and then the smart part, which is our cortex, kind of keeps our feelings, in check, and we're usually going around every day like this. But every once in a while, what happens? What happens? Something might get on our nerves, right? And something pushes our button, and we flip our lids. Yeah, that's right. Show me. Flip. Right? And when that happens, our feelings are in control. Yeah, something just flew right by. I'm just gonna keep going. Right? So our feelings are underneath here. And so when we're like this, we're kind of talking and walking and everything is good. And then sometimes somebody gets on our nerves. It could be our brother, our sister, our parents, or whoever, our teacher, right? And then we flip, right? And then we're operating, we're running around with our feelings. And then we're like, and we're mad, right? So what we're gonna learn today in our peaceful practices is how to keep our lids on before we flip, okay? Because once your brain goes whoop, and your feelings are like, I'm taking over, that's where you see kids having tantrums, right? Or you're throwing yourself on the floor, you're throwing your pencil across the room, right? Because you're so frustrated because you flipped your lid. We all flip our lids at some point. Nobody is completely calm and perfectly like this all the time. It's not possible, right? Because we're human beings. Every so often something goes, right? And we flip our lids, and that's life. And so what we learn is how do we keep our lids kind of on so that we're not flipping in school, we're not flipping at home, right? We're not door slamming and throwing things and saying things we didn't mean, right? So that's what peaceful practices is all about. And to give you kind of a picture of what the inside of your brain might look like when you're flipping your lid, one thing that you can do if you're a teacher or in a classroom is create your brain jar. Your brain jar can have water and some glitter glue inside of it. That's it. And add maybe a little bit of soap, a little drop, just to keep it clean. And what we show our kids is when we're flipping our lids and we're upset, what happens to the inside? Yeah. We're like, ah! But over time, when you're breathing, right, and over time, your brain calms back down. Right? So this is one of the things we do in the classroom, and the kids actually really love making these. So if you are a creative type, right, showing them their brains, I went into a classroom and every kid had a brain. I mean, every kid had a brain, but every kid had one of these at their desk. And at times they can just take it and shake it, right? Just to be able to say like, I'm having a moment and let me watch it. And as they watched it, they would actually calm back down. So that was actually a really cool thing that we saw when we were out and about. So the second piece of peaceful practicing is really making sure that kids and us, we're breathing throughout the day. And not like this kind of breathing, right? The kind of breathing that goes into your belly. So we're gonna do 2 exercises that are normally part of our peaceful practice, and those involve deep breathing, okay? So when you're deep breathing, one of the best ways to show how your belly goes is to use the sphere ball, right? The sphere breathing goes like this. When you inhale, your belly gets big. When you exhale, your belly gets small. That's the deep breath that we're talking about. So when we ask our kids, all right, let's come up, and of course, every kid wants a turn to do this. They go in and out slowly. One more time, in and out. And one more, in and out. Very, very good, right? And so you can see that's where your breath goes. Again, we're not like up here, you're down here with your breathing. And that's really important to remember, guys. Okay, so this is how we breathe. So when we are doing our yoga poses and I say deep breathing, I want you to remember this. It's similar to like a balloon, right? A balloon that goes big and then a balloon that deflates and goes small. Okay, the second type of breathing that we will show you is, yes, square breathing, right? Now, kids, yeah, there, thanks, Ava. Kids, we just did our deep breathing, right? The deep breathing is in the belly, right? And we breathe in, we breathe out. Now, Ava's gonna hold the square breathing. This is one of the favorites of almost every kid that I've ever met. I don't know why, they love the square breathing. And the way the square breathing is you take your finger, right? And you're gonna make the shape of the square, okay? And you're gonna breathe in and then you're gonna hold it, okay? So you're not gonna go, you're gonna breathe in and hold it, breathe out and hold it in the shape of a square. Very good, Ava.
Do it like that.
All right, we ready now? Breathing up here or breathing down here, friends? We breathe down here, very good. Follow Miss Gina's finger or follow the page that Ava is holding up for you, okay? And it goes like this. You're gonna hold and breathe in. 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Good, inhale. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And last one, and inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. It's so important that you do the holds. It helps pace your breathing, right? And the whole time, you gotta feel, am I breathing in my belly? The best way to feel that is to take the other hand, the one that's not doing the square, and put it on your belly to see if you can actually feel it. And so those are the breathing techniques we always do in our peaceful practices inside the classroom. And so these are the kinds of things we teach kids when we go into the classroom for a little mini lesson, and then the teachers continue to do it every day after we leave. And it becomes part of the practice of settling ourselves, right? Remember, taking our brains and keeping our lids back on is really, really important to learning, right? You can't learn when you're like this. Who can learn when you're like this? Nobody, right? And when someone's trying to teach you and talk to you and you're like, are you really listening? We can't. It's not possible, right? Absolutely. So the next thing is, if you've been sitting for a long period of time, you need to get up, because sometimes we need to get our brains moving. Sometimes our brain is at rest or it's bored, right? You've been doing some problems too long in your studies, you're reading too long, and you need to get some of that energy out. Or inside you have something you're worried about. If you're worried about something, right, this breath is fabulous. We're gonna get rid of it, and it's called joy breath. Okay, ready? So my assistant loves this one. All right, and this is called joy breath. Friends, I need you to stand up and do it. I'm telling you, you will feel better after this, okay? Now, the point is not to overdo it, okay, and be hurting yourself. So really pay attention to how you're breathing and how you're feeling, okay? My favorite pose in the world is called mountain pose because you stand like this, right? And your feet are planted because mountains don't really move much, right? They're planted and they're strong, and your back is strong and straight, right? Your arms are like this, your gaze is forward. This is the mountain pose, okay? And you're gonna follow along with us with the joy breath. Ready? Here we go. Remember to breathe. And inhale, and exhale to the middle. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and get ready to release it, and go. Very good. That was the sample. We'll do it again, okay? Anything you're worried about, right? Hold it, mountain, and think about getting ready, right? And at the end, when you breathe, I don't want to see a, right? We want to see a full out, right? Let it out. Get your Wednesday started. Ready? And inhale. For exhale. Belly breath. Then inhale. Very good. And exhale. And inhale.
I didn't know you were going to
And it's gone, right? And it's out. And now you're like, oh yeah, I've been moving. So the joy breath is awesome because it actually gets your brain from resting to kind of going up and doing a little activity in a good way, not a lid flipping way. All right, my friends, not a lid flipping way. And the other day, my lid was flipped, I'll tell you what, and I needed to bring it back down. It took me square breathing. It took me sphere breathing.
Just so you know, it wasn't for me.
And it wasn't because of Ava, right? So sometimes we need to bring ourselves back down, especially if you're like about to start going back to school, right? Or something, you have to do some work and you need to bring your brain back down. And yesterday, I'm telling you, I needed to bring my brain back down. I was like this. I was like, do some deep breathing.
And put the picture on the floor.
I was like, woo! I was feeling hot. So the point is, friends, parents, kids, nobody is perfect, right? People are like, oh, you know, everything's so wonderful all the time. It is not. We all have our limits, especially right now, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of yoga. Okay, you don't have to be a professional, you know, in this.
Yogist.
Although I am trained to teach kids about doing yoga in the classroom, right? So we're gonna start with mountain pose, my friends. I wanna see mountain pose. I wanna see your feet planted. Let me see those feet planted. Very good. Straight arms, gaze forward, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, we're going to move into the tree. The tree pose is really good for balance. It's also really, really good for focus, and it does stretch your legs. So we're going to take your one leg, kickstand up, and you can do tree pose here, right near your heart, or you can do tree pose here, right, like branches. And some need a little more balance, so you do tree pose here. That's okay. Breathe in and out. Very good. And in, back to center. Excellent job. Let's do the other side, right? Mountain pose, gaze forward, kickstand up, and out. Go ahead. And out. Oh, you want to do it this way? And out. In. And out. Very good. Very good. We're going to do it one more time. I know I saw a little wiggling, a little balancing, right? We had to practice. Your feet are planted, and really feel how the one that's holding you up is so strong because you are so strong, right? And we're going to go like this. Kickstand up. Exhale. Very good. Exhale. Inhale. And down. Other side. And inhale up. One more breath. All right, put your feet back down. Very good job. Very good job. The other thing we do in peaceful practices in the classroom is that a wind is coming and we need to sway. Now, when we're swaying, you're going to stretch. You're going to feel the stretch on either side, okay? I'm going to have you mountain pose. I'm going to have you breathe in and out. Now, we're not going to balance because I don't want you falling over right now, right? But we're going to go to the right. Oh, yeah, here comes the wind. And breathe. In. And out. Very good. Other side. Where do you feel it? Very good. Oh, wow. One more wind. Now don't overdo it. We don't want to be falling over to the side. Focus on your breathing. Thank you, Ava. My lighting assistant also. Oh yeah, feel the stretch, feel your legs, and feel that breathing, right? Whoops. And in, and resting. That's it. Very good. So those are some of the things we do in a school. So Child Wellness Institute always brings them into the classroom and kids love it. I hope you love it too. But we're going to end with mindfulness, right? Mindfulness means you're able to focus. I want you to focus. So we're going to get our very own chime time here. And this chime is used in classrooms when we're doing peaceful practices. And what you're going to do is, all of you, if you're watching, if you are a little one or a big one, I need you to put your eyes closed if you feel comfortable, okay? And close your eyes. And when I hit the chime, I want you to listen. No talking. Listen to the entire sound of the chime, okay? Ready? When you think you don't hear the chime anymore, friends, I want you to raise your hand, okay? And when you think you don't hear it, let me see. Good job. Very good job. One more time. Hit the chime. Focus on the sound. Nothing else but the chime. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Some of you still hear it. Very good job. Very good job. So just now, you were being mindful, right? Because you were focused on the chime. You were focused on that sound, so you were very, very present. And so with the Child Wellness Institute, when school was open, we would come into the schools and do all of this that you did today, called the Peaceful Practices Demonstration, and then leave the materials with your teachers, right? And then the teachers can do all of these different things, our brain lessons, our breathing, our yoga, and our chime, so that we can all kind of be in a good place to learn, because your brains need to be in a good place to learn. That's how it is.